I think I'm live. Am I here? Am I here? Sorry about that. Sorry about the delay, guys. There was a bit of a problem with the YouTube streaming thing. Can someone confirm that I'm here? It just says not yet, but I think I am. Yeah, apologies for that. So once again, Wilson Cysylltiedig. It's Wills here from Denbighshire Youth Service. Apologies for the disruption in the start there. There seemed to be a bit of a technical problem.
We're back. I think somebody tell me that we're back.
He's on! Yay! Woo! That was close. Wellbeing Wednesdays, and I didn't need that level of stress for those first 3 minutes. Thank you, YouTube. We'll be writing a harshly worded email your way. He's on, right? Like I just said, Wales here again from Denbighshire Youth Service. Wales yn metal Cysylltiedig. Not in i'r Gymraeg, mae sesiynau mae gyd yn ddwyieithog. Mae'n groeso chi gyda negeseuon yn Gymraeg neu yn Saesneg and I gyfieithu nhw. You're welcome to send your messages in either Welsh or English and I'll translate them. Cool. Hi. So let's see who we've got. Who have we got today? Who's been waiting patiently? We've got Jess and Kelly and Emily and Elsa and Mikey and who else have we got? Gemma and Joe and Ali. Hi guys. How's it going? Right. Quick note again, once again, to stay connected. That's the whole point of these shows. It's about us creating a community so that we all connect to each other during this weird lockdown time, which has become normal now. It's part of everyday life, isn't it? But staying connected. Some of you may have spotted that today we Denbighshire Youth Service posted an image onto Facebook and Twitter with all of our, well, most of our, not all of our, most of our youth workers that are available to connect to still during this time. So we thought it was a good way for you to see those familiar faces and go, oh, I know that one. Oh, he's the one that I know. Or she's the one that I know. And their contact details are underneath. And they're available for you to connect to. I'm still working on getting the rest of the guys on there as well, but there's a good selection. So whatever area you come from, whichever youth club you go to, whichever group you go to as part of Denbighshire Youth Service, you will see a familiar face on that contact list. So that's on our Facebook page at DCC Youth Service, or just search for Cysylltiedig, search for Denbighshire Youth Service, and you will find it. Hi everyone, oh, people are connecting, brilliant. So yeah, that's a good way for you to stay connected during this time. And also, once again, thank you very much to everybody who's been sharing our posts and sharing these videos. Massive thanks to Ysgol, or where we are, the Christ is the Word, and Rhylhai, and Prestatyn, and Glenclwyd, and Denbigh, and Bryn Hyfryd, and Dinas Bran, all sharing our videos. Thanks very much, guys. We really appreciate that. This is about building a community, so thank you. Same to you guys out there. If there's anybody who you know, who you think would benefit from these sessions, keep sharing, keep texting, keep pushing those links across. Please keep the momentum going. Yeah, the more the merrier. That's what I say. Right, today's show, what are we going to talk about today? Today is Wellbeing Wednesdays. So today is all about things that we can do during this time to protect our well-being and our mental health during this time. So we've had some brilliant suggestions sent in, which I'll get to later, but I'm more interested in our community, you guys out there. This show only works when you guys are chattering away. So please do tell me what, as of from last week, if there's anything that we raised in last week's Wellbeing Wednesday that you've tried, like the face masks and the exercises, and I can't remember the rest of them, but there was loads of good suggestions last week. If anybody on here has tried the suggestions from last week's show, please do tell us, give us your feedback. Also, the whole topic and the whole point of today is you sharing your tips to the world, or to our little community, to Denbighshire Youth, to the youth of Denbighshire. Sharing your tips. What are you doing to protect your well-being and your mental health? So please do keep chattering away here. That's really, I'd love to read your comments. And that's what this is all about. It's about starting a conversation, or else it's just me sitting here talking. So no, please do send us your tips. So what have you been doing to protect your well-being and your mental health, or your mental health and your well-being, on not just on Wednesdays, on all of the days, but during this time? What are you guys doing? Chatter away, please, guys, and I will read your comments. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Let's, while you're doing that, while you're thinking about, what have I done to look after my mental health and well-being during this time, I'll give you some stuff that's been sent in. Oh, I won't before that. Wow. what have I been doing? So last week's show, we talked about these walks that we go on to cleanse our. Oh, people are coming. People are chipping in. I'll just tell you briefly. We talked about going out for walks, and I said I'm taking different routes and what have you, and I'm finding real peace with taking in my surroundings, because sometimes you're just walking from A to B, and now it seems to be a bit more purposeful for you to look around. Well, check this out. Just within the boundaries of my own garden, I'm lucky enough to have a garden. Today, taking in my surroundings, what did I find? Check this out. This is amazing. It's really cool. In my back garden, a lizard. Check that out. His tail's been chopped off by the looks of it, but that's his head on this side here. And he was just in the garden. How cool is that? Who would have known there are lizards roaming the lands of North Wales? I didn't. Thought you only see stuff like that on holiday. So that's cool. So just by being a bit more aware of my surroundings and taking it all in, I spotted the lizard. Because usually I just walk through the garden to the car, back and forth, back and forth. So lizards. There's lizards in North Wales. Isn't that good for our well-being? Right, who have we got? Right, Emily. Hello, Emily. How's it going? Finally, so this is really good for Emily's well-being. She finally finished clearing out her wardrobe by 11 last night. Found some adult colouring puzzle books that I'm going to use. Totes right, colouring in, spending that time doing something creative. Even if you're not particularly arty or you don't think of yourself as arty, those little colouring books, I know which ones you're referring to. I'm sure the rest of you
probably know as well. That's really therapeutic, just having that time in yourself to colour. Brilliant. Oh, thanks for the suggestion. And clearing out
your wardrobe space. Emily, I'm going to get onto that in a minute, because that is absolutely key as well to your well-being during this time, is getting all those little little tiny jobs that you've always said, oh, I haven't got time for it right now. Well, we've got the time now. We can finally start ticking things off our list, but bursting our little mind bubbles. So, clearing out your wardrobe, brilliant. That's a really good suggestion. Okay, who else have we got? Gemma says sleeping and listening to music. Gemma, I suspect that was there was the same comment that you gave us last week. But you know what? Whatever works for you. If sleeping and listening to music, and music in particular, brilliant. I found a great band yesterday. Oh, that's a good idea. Share us your musical suggestions. What do you suggest that would be calming and relaxing and good for people's well-being during this time? So I found this band yesterday. Never heard of them before. They're massive. They were called Angus and Julia Stone. Highly recommend. Brilliant stuff. Really cool stuff. Who have we got? Jess, working in the garden in this lovely weather. And you know what? How could you not fail to be able to have that time and protect yourself when the sun is shining? This is exactly what I was doing, Jess. Sitting in my garden, relaxing on my lunch break, because we're still working from home. And I spotted a lizard just by taking in my surroundings, as well as about 5 crickets. Maybe that's what the lizard was eating. Who knows? Alison, let's see. Alison's been doing lots of gardening and been doing a jigsaw. Oh, cool. Yeah, a jigsaw in the garden. And I think I'm right in saying that Ali has got a big birthday coming up soon, so we wish you well for that, Ali. I think you thought you got away with that one, didn't you? Joe, me too. Joe says, me too to Jess. So she has been creating a little water feature. Oh, you know what? Joe, the sound of running water encapsulates everything about well-being and relaxation, doesn't it? So yeah, water running, yeah, great idea. Run a bath, whatever you can do. That's a great idea. Abby says hello. So Abby, to protect her well-being on Wednesdays, has been saying hello to people. Hello, Abby. Jojo says lots of lovely birds too, not seagulls. Yeah. Hey, I was thinking now, this has nothing to do with Wellbeing Wednesday. What are the seagulls doing for chips at the moment? Mind-boggling, huh? Guys, they're so used to existing on a diet of chips. What are they going to do now? Something to maybe
on tomorrow's show.
Who else have we got? Can't hear you, Wills. Yes, in Mauer. Okay, let's have it. It's been sleeping. Can't hear me. Why not, Jess? Why can anybody else hear me? Let me know if you can hear my voice. Maybe there's some kind of issue with the microphone, although it looks to be moving down here. So we'll keep going. We'll keep going. We keep going. Let's have a look. Gemma says, it's because my sleeping pattern is a bit messed up now.
Everybody's sleeping pattern.
You can hear me. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Oh, Elio. Hey, Elio. Yeah, everybody's sleeping pattern's a bit messed up at the moment. It is really, really key. And we spoke about this on the last Wellbeing Wednesday to try and maintain that level of routine as well. Because as soon as we're out of this, we're going to need to have to readjust our body clocks again. I'm with you on that one, Gem. I really, really am. But I'm trying to get myself into routine now. So I wake up, like I said last week, I don't suggest that everybody else needs to do this because it would be daft. But just a simple act of getting up at the usual time, getting dressed, and I get dressed in my uniform, so I go into work mode. And I know that I'm not saying to get dressed in your school uniform, not bizarre, but just getting out of your pajamas, getting into a routine, trying to keep that level of normality, structuring your day will really, really help. I massively, massively advocate it because for the first few days of this lockdown, I didn't do that. My sleeping pattern was all over the place and I was roaming around in pajamas till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was really difficult. But yeah, finding a routine, really good idea. Music suggestions, here we go. Oh, hold on. Before we get to the music suggestions, we've got Kelly says, music, baking, having a cake comp with her sister. Oh yeah, that's a really good idea. Staying connected as well with people and your family and finding activities for you to connect to with each other. So baking competition is a great idea. Morgan's music suggestion would be worldwide and you're not alone. And Big Time Rush. 2 songs that mean one thing that show no one is alone. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so really inspirational music suggestions here by Morgan about keeping strong, keeping together. I like that. Very, very good. Diolch, Morgan. Who else have we got? It's okay. My son turned the volume down, says. Nice one. Very good. Right. Okay. So, yeah, keep your suggestions coming in. This is exactly what we need. What are you doing? What are you doing to protect your well-being and your mental health during this time? It could be really, really simple things, and it could be things that we've discussed already on last week's show. Bring them to the table again. If they've worked for you, then people need to hear this stuff. So yeah, keep them coming. Right. While we do that, we'll go back to what Emily was saying earlier about clearing out her wardrobe. Well, you know what? That's a really, really good idea. Is taking this time to sort out things that you have been meaning to do. And your bedroom, this is the space that you have control over, isn't it? And we're indoors and we've got this time. So somebody sent me in this fantastic resource. Abby, I think, sent us in. So Abby, if you're watching, thank you very much. Diolch yn fawr iawn. About feng shui. Feng shuiing, if that's the right term, how to feng shui your bedroom. So there's simple tips, and I'm gonna try and give them to you here now. So one is about your bed positioning. So apparently, for good feng shui within your bedroom environment, your bed should be positioned, if it's possible to do this, with your feet. So there's your head, there's your feet facing the door, right? So always try and find a way for your bed to face the door. Apparently that's really, really good for your feng shui. Other things are colours. So if you're thinking it's time to, storage. So if you can, if you're able to, don't hide things under your bed, because that kind of like something's hidden out sight, out of mind. Well, apparently the principles of feng shui is that subconsciously you'll know that clutter is there. So maybe now using that time to declutter, get rid of some items that you don't use anymore, put things into order so you know they're there. I think that's a really, really good tip. Electronics as well, about keeping your electronics off or to a minimum. So, when you go to bed, apparently the principles of feng shui, this has been sent to us by Abby, is if you switch the plug sockets off, because there's background noise to these things, even when the sockets are, on but not in use, like a little hum that subconsciously is getting into your head. So switching these things off, really good suggestion. And then there's some suggestions about colours. I can send you all this stuff. If anybody wants this stuff, please do get in contact and I will send you the whole stuff through. But there's some stuff about colours which colours are good for you. So red acts as a stimulant. Orange, apparently, is a very uplifting colour and promotes happiness, which is something that we could all do with during this time. Yellow, sorry, I'm getting closer to the screen because I'm reading. Yellow symbolises power and stimulates health and patience and wisdom. So that's yellow or gold. Pink is romance and love. Ooh. Green, I won't go through them all. I'm just picking out some colours that people might have in their bedrooms. Blue greens represents youth, new beginnings. Oh, that's a great one, isn't it? Deeper blues infuse wisdom. Anyway, I won't go through them all. We'll be here all night. Brilliant suggestion. Thank you, Abby. So if anybody wants that feng shui, how to rearrange your bedroom in a more feng shui, and if you don't know what feng shui is, you can Google that. But it's good for your mental health and your well-being. So if anybody wants that document, please do get in contact with me and I will get it forwarded on to you. Right. Who else have we got? Ashanti says, at night time, I like to come off my phone and listen to some calming music just to help clear my mind. What a fantastic idea. Absolutely. Even if it's 1 hour, that's something really difficult during these times, isn't it? To switch off for that hour. Ashanti, I'm really keen to know, what is this calming music? Share. I've been listening to, what did I say his name was? Angus and Julia Stone. Angus and Julia Stone. Really calm and relaxing stuff. Ashanti, please do let us know, what is this music? But that is a fantastic suggestion. Diolch yn fawr iawn for that one. Gemma, I like the song Waves by Dean Lewis. Oh, I don't know. Do I know Dean Lewis? It's about how excitement comes and goes and is natural and it comes in waves. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Oh, yeah, cool. So Waves by Dean Lewis. I'm going to write that down. Waves, Dean Lewis. Thank you for that tip, Gemma. I'm going to check that out today. That's going to be my calming song, potentially, unless I put it on in my headphones and it's thrash metal. Could be. Here's another suggestion that was sent to us today. So this was sent to us for Wellbeing Wednesday. Oh, honestly, so Ashanti says, honestly, I just listened to the rain sound effects, Chinese instrumental music. Oh, really? Cool. Oh, so is it like that? Let me get this right. ASMR. Is it like that? Like raindrops and ting, ting, and people like rubbing their hands over crepe paper and stuff. Yeah, ASMR, I think that's what that's called. Oh, cool. So, thank you. Thanks for that, Ashanti. What was I going to say? My daughter's FaceTiming me. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, we've got a suggestion sent in today. And when this suggestion was sent in, the person who sent it in commented and said, I don't think this has got anything to do with well-being, but I thought it was a really cool idea. And I looked at it and I thought, no, it is absolutely to do with well-being. So what it is, it's a time capsule that you can create, right? And I've got like tons. It's about an 11-page document, and if anybody wants this, I'm happy to send it through. But there's loads of really good things in it. So it's about because this is like, remember when this whole started, people were saying things like unprecedented time, and it really is all these mad things that are happening, all these life changes we're having to make. We're going to look back at this in years and go, whoa, do you remember that time? So this is about creating like a little diary for yourself with little instructions of things to do to capture that. And I think that would be really good for your well-being and your mental health, to be able to put your thoughts and feelings down into this kind of activity. So it's asking you to like do a journal, take newspaper clippings, your artwork that you've created. You interview people. What's been your biggest challenges? How are you finding homeschooling? Your top 3 moments and your experiences during that time. What have you watched? What TV shows were you watching during this time? All about me. So, a letter to your parents, or your parents write you a letter of support during this time. Brilliant stuff. things that you've seen in your community during this time and the changes. Like, look, brilliant thing. So if anybody wants this activity book, please do message us through Facebook and Twitter and WhatsApp and email, and I will email you this document for you to have. It's a great idea. It's a coronavirus time capsule. You may not think it now, but in years to come, you will look at that and go, wow. So I think that'd be a really good thing for you guys to do. Right, who else have we got? Ashanti, I know, Emily, anybody else really finding the sound of the hairdryer relaxing? Well, you know, lots of research done with long repetitive humming noises like that kind of thing. Like it's almost meditative. Try to say that 3 times fast. I can't even say it once. Slow. Meditative. Yes. So yeah, hairdryers. Yeah, anything like that. Running water. That kind of vibe. Yeah, I don't use a hairdryer. Oh, that's another thing for your well-being. Those who know me, I'm usually a very well-kept individual, and I'm finding not being able to go to the barbers and take care of my appearance a little bit draining. So tomorrow I'm going to have a self-trim, I think. I'm going to try and sort myself out. And that's really good for your well-being. Getting dressed, getting yourself ready, making yourself look as good as possible, not going into full pajama mode. So tomorrow you might see a more slimlined Wills try and take care of my appearance a little bit more for my, not for my vanity, for my well-being, right? Okay, who else have we got? Only if someone else is drying my hair. Yeah, that act of somebody playing with your hair, it's really nice and relaxing, isn't it? If you're lucky enough to have people within your lockdown with you who are happy to do that for you. Brilliant, very good. Right, feng shui, done feng shui. Thanks for that. Thanks for the time capsule. Yeah, please, if anybody wants the time capsule, do message us and we will send that out to you. I will try and find it. It's a very big document, but I will try and find a way of putting it up onto our Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that, so people can take it from there as well. Connecting to your friends. Another thing that I have been able to do during this time is connect to friends, and maybe friends that I haven't spoken to in a long time as well. So I've been using that opportunity, and I've been finding that very, reaching out. I saw it a lot on social media. People just putting out messages on social media. I'm here and available to speak if anybody wants to talk. Just putting it out there as a message, And I thought that was really good, and it got me thinking about connecting to people. Maybe there's people within your school that you see every day, but you're not necessarily within their circle of friends. Well, maybe now it's time to connect, and go just drop a message. Hey, how are you getting on? Potentially, So I thought that was an interesting suggestion as well. Right. Wellbeing Wednesdays. How about we, as a community, as a collective, all these great suggestions, clearing out your room, listening to music, having a hairdryer, I'm assuming in a minute Elio will tell us to keep fit, which she's right. Who else? The suggestions did we have? The song suggestion. All these wonderful suggestions you've given. How about we try and create a well-being, a DCC Youth Service YouTube thing, Wellbeing Wednesdays poster. How about we try and do that, and we can put that out there. So all the things that we have been discussing on these shows, if we can somehow encapsulate them all together into like a little information poster to put out there to the world with our suggestions. So these things like Gemma, the song that Gemma has suggested, the songs, the tips about the hair dryers, to clean out your wardrobes. Could you all please, right, this is a homework assignment now. Could you all please do a little doodle or write a little note on a post-it note, or however you do it, take a photo of it and please send it over to me, and I will take all that information and I will create a poster for us to put out. And I think that'd be really cool to show people all these wonderful tips that we have been coming up with here, and also just to like spread the love, man, and spread the information around. Because I think these are really useful stuff. There's tons of stuff out there, but this is the stuff that you guys have created and that you guys come up with. So I think that'd be really cool if we could get that out to the world. So, homework assignment, if you can, by the weekend, could you please just do a little doodle? Doesn't matter if your drawing is rubbish, even if you just write it out, and I will take that stuff and I'll put it all onto a poster. Does that sound like a plan? A Wellbeing Wednesday plan? How about that? Cool. I was actually waiting for an audio response then. Right, okay. Yeah, absolutely, says Morgan. Thanks, Morgan. Yeah, and not just Morgan, all of you. All of your little suggestions, even if it's 1 or if it's 10, however many, just doodle them, draw a picture, take a photograph, write it down, send it in a text, whatever. Don't send it in a text. I want them to be hand drawn. That would be better. Take a photo of it, and if you could get them sent over to us to our Facebook or Twitter, or email it to me, or my telephone number is on Facebook now in the directory of all the youth workers' faces, so you can WhatsApp me to that as well. Gemma's going to try. Thanks, Gemma. That'll be wicked if you could try. Oh, that brings us almost nearly to the end of the show, where I'm going to tell you about what's happening on tomorrow's show. So on tomorrow's show, we have Gemma coming on. She's going to be one of our live people, and she's going to do a film review. So really looking forward to that. So that's happening on tomorrow's show. The Connect with the Team posts are out on Facebook now. So if you are struggling at the moment and you want to discuss things a bit more private nature, or you want more tips and helps with well-being and your mental health, or you want access to our resources like the time capsule, stuff like that, go onto our Facebook. You will find our youth workers, and you will most likely find your youth worker in your area, or recognize that guy or that girl or whatever. And you can connect to us that way, and we can get this stuff sent to you. And tomorrow we've got the third or fourth installment of Tids Vids coming up as well. Right, I believe that's it for Wellbeing Wednesdays. Once again, diolch yn fawr iawn I chi am cymryd rhan, ac yn gwylio. Thank you very, very much for taking part and for watching. Thanks again for your wonderful suggestions. You guys are brilliant out there. You're the most creative lot. I love this little community that we built together here. And we're back tomorrow, same time, 6 o'clock, or maybe 3 minutes past 6, if today's anything to go by. But tomorrow, back 6 o'clock with a film review. Yes. So have a lovely evening. And I'll go and chill out. Go and chill out. That's a good idea.